Well, it's winter. Again. Back. We knew it was coming.
It's back.
We'll be back.
Maybe the end.
We'll be back right after this.
Anyway, it was wild.
Talking about dreams.
Weird, wild, wacky stuff.
You just can't make sense of it.
I went for like decades, like
without dreams?
without dreaming. Like I don't remember it. And then only here recently have I started like, oh, I'm dreaming again.
And you're like, oh, they're back.
I have weird dreams.
I liked the not dreaming part of my
Yeah?
life. It was great.
I kind of
enjoyed
enjoy
that
the
phase.
dreams.
Well,
the dreams are interesting.
They're
dreams-
interesting.
The dreams I'm having now are fine. I mean, they're just kind of normal, whatever.
Yeah.
But back when I was like really grinding and working all the time, all of my dreams were like stress dreams.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah.
They were always like, I'm here, I'm trying to get there, and
Yes.
I can't get there.
They're
trying to run
and you
It's
can't.
locked, or the
Yeah.
train's not running, or
Something.
I can't get to where I'm trying to get
Sure.
to. That was just that was my always my
That
stress
says
dream.
top of the morning to you.
Hey, yeah,
but
right.
St.
shit,
Patty's
it's
Day.
St. Patrick's
Yeah.
Day. I'm not
I had,
wearing
I had to
anything.
remind Lauren. She forgot. I forgot. I mean, I
totally-
remembered, but
like
not
I
until I was
knew,
out the
but I
door.
didn't. It didn't register.
Yeah, yeah.
I've got the money in my pocket. That's it.
I don't have any.
I ain't even got that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
None.
I had
Not a
some
hint.
in the
I got
dream,
I
but
got
not
about
enough.
$1 or two. That's all we need.
I had a dream. I don't ride horses, and they kind of freak me out. And I had a dream that I rode a horse, my friend's daughter's horse,
Friend's daughter's
bareback, all the way to Republic Road in West Springfield, and I got into a stampede of longhorns, and me and Mocha the horse navigated about a 5-foot police barrier situation to get around the longhorns. And then my biggest task was getting up the hill at Highland Springs.
Yeah,
but it
that's-
didn't quite look like it. Like,
Yeah.
it looked different. They were having a big pool
That'd be
party.
daunting. Yeah.
It was daunting. And as me and Mocha are sailing up the hill, riding, wind blowing in our hair, I wake up. And I woke up and I'm like, I'm very accomplished. I feel good. I feel good. I rode a horse bareback all the way
Wake up
West
feeling like
Springfield.
you've already accomplished
back to
something for the day.
Rogersville.
I'm good.
I texted my friend and her daughter
back to
group
bed.
text. I'm like, listen to this dream I just had.
Going
It was
back
awesome.
to bed. I've already ridden a horse today.
Like, I rode a horse bareback.
It's enough of that.
And a herd of longhorns on Republic Road.
Oh,
Good
wow.
times. It's weird.
Wow.
Silver City's open. Pretty excited about that.
Is it? What I thought about that the other day,
Yeah,
wondering what
mid-March.
the opening
They open
day
on
is.
Friday.
Spring break.
Friday the 13th. They open on Friday the 13th.
Nice, nice.
Did
Did
you
you have
have-
really long hair? The horse did. I couldn't see my hair in the dream, but I do. It was
You knew it was
flowing.
flying. It was flowing
It
and
wasn't.
flying.
I know. I can picture what you're picturing, Beth, and it wasn't that. It wasn't like
Just give us a good hair flip.
It wasn't like a. What is that?
Fabio.
Yeah, Fabio. What is a Disney princess who has the long hair?
Well, they all do. don't they?
Rapunzel.
Well, Rapunzel. I guess she
Oh,
was
they're
around
really
before
long
Disney.
hair.
Yeah, they all do have long hair.
Yeah.
So let's see. There's a chamber meeting today. I was going to say, what's everybody do? for
It's
St. Patty's Day?
not here at Story
Yeah.
Church where we normally host it. It'll be at the middle school FEMA.
FEMA. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm speaking today.
If you're interested in the bond,
I think I
the
just
bond
got
issue,
cold foam on my nose.
that's okay. You wear it well. So
It's tasty. I got a iced praline cold foam from Story this morning. It's tasty.
the seasonal menu is out. Spring, even though it's still winter,
Until tomorrow.
Till tomorrow.
Till tomorrow.
And
Like
let's
80
pray that winter is done.
Yeah.
Right? Because
That'd be nice.
I had enough.
I've had enough.
I flew out of Charleston, South Carolina
Oh, yeah, I forgot
on
you were-
Saturday at 4:00, and it was
town.
83 degrees.
Beautiful town.
And I come home. Yeah, man, let me tell you, what a town. I had
awesome.
a board meeting and a funeral, but I had also 2 days to just kind of explore.
It's awesome.
Some she crab stew.
I did get some good seafood.
Good.
So I spent Thursday at the USS Yorkshire,
Yeah.
which is a naval aircraft carrier, World War II, Vietnam era carrier, and it was unbelievable. I got there about 10 a.m. because I wanted to let the morning traffic die out. So I spent the
Yeah.
morning in a coffee shop.
Yeah.
Imagine that. So I get there at like 10. Spend 2 hours. It's getting to like now closer to 12:30, and I'm getting hungry, but I'm like, I'm not done.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm gonna go get some lunch, and I'm coming back. I closed the place down at 5.
Did you really?
Yeah, and I still
Just totally
wanted
went
to
in
spend more time. It was amazing.
That was like our trip in New Orleans when we spent 2 days at the World War II Museum.
Yeah,
We had no intention of doing such a thing, but
but you couldn't leave.
can't leave.
Yeah,
Everybody should do that. I mean, everybody needs to spend some time learning our country's history no matter what, but especially those war periods of time to know what people did and went through and to give us what we
the
got.
sense of honor
Yeah.
and willingness towards sacrifice. Just, yeah, I was touched by it. Good morning, Aaron.
Good morning, Aaron.
Was so touched by it. And part of that, my grandpa was in the Navy during World War II. Thank God the war ended as he was doing his pilot training.
Yikes. Yeah.
But he was stationed on a boat in North Africa. But yeah, I mean, just really something. Reading of all the Medal of Honor guys, they had a big memorial there. And then outside, when I went back on land, I spent the last hour. They had a Vietnam exhibit. They'd set it up like a camp. They had the
Oh, that's neat.
Vietnamese vegetation out there as well. So you really felt like you
That's
were kind of
cool.
walking through the
That's,
jungle.
That's a really neat way to do that.
Yeah, man, it was just incredible. So that was my Thursday, and then Friday before I had board meeting and stuff, I spent time just downtown Charleston
It's so cool.
in the French Quarter, and then also just looking at some of the architecture, and then I ended up spending quite a bit of time at the Slave Mart.
Yeah.
So it's a really interesting story where the Board of Aldermen decided it wasn't good decorum to have slaves being sold on the street. So they banned that. Well, wouldn't you know, one of the aldermen then purchased a building
and made
for that purpose
Oh my
where,
God, yeah.
okay, this is where you have to do it.
Yeah.
And so it gross in a lot of ways. And you're reading all the disgusting, even down to how much it would cost to purchase a slave
Oh, it's
and what this
crazy.
Yeah.
part of the history we need to read too.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And so, it was really bizarre. Each day had its own heaviness, whereas, Thursday, it was like this pride for our country. And,
Yeah.
But also, this is heavy stuff.
Oh,
you know?
yeah.
And then the next day was dark in that sense. And then Saturday, I was there for a funeral of a man who started the orphanage that we support in Bolivia that I'm
man.
on the board for. And so, just to hear this man, and just he's a visionary. I
Yeah.
resonate with his story because
Yeah.
let's go, let's do it. Here's what we're doing. And I will not take no for an answer. But that's just who he was.
Yeah.
More of a visionary than a detail person.
Yeah.
So, like me, needs others to come button up the ideas, and he's done that so well. So it was just 3 days in a row of just a different kind of heaviness, and
There's
but
something
yet,
about that city. It's its own thing.
it is really fascinating.
It is the combination of kind of the blend of northern and southern there, right?
I didn't get any northern. Where did
I
you
got-
get
Love
that?
that.
well,
Tell me more.
you do get a dab of the northern, as in the densely kind of buildings right there. Like it is definitely the South. There's no doubt about that. But maybe not northern, but just the East Coast.
Just East Coast.
East Coast
I'm with you on that.
meets South.
In that
yeah.
it's compact. There's just you're on
It's
top of it.
compact.
indeed.
It's got a lot of history.
Yeah.
It's there's when I say north, I guess that's not right. I mean like the beginning of our country.
Yes, yes.
That did not happen.
Colonial.
Very much
colonial. the
13
colonial
colonies.
meets South. The whole thing.
Yeah.
It's a fascinating place.
Well,
I mean, it really is.
Yeah, I drove by this church, and it was on St. John Island, I think, and it was just a graveyard. The whole lawn was just, and I didn't even stop. I kind of wanted to, but you could tell the tombstones were very old.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
pre 1776 old. Like,
Yeah.
you could just tell they were very, very old. And you think, man, so much history here.
So much history.
founding of the colonies, even
And
before the
it has
Declaration of Independence.
hurricanes and it's
Yeah.
got flooding problems.
Yeah.
So I mean, and it's managed to be resilient. And I mean, it's
swampy.
It's swampy. And then you've got this historical city, and then you've got the beaches. And I mean, when I went to the beach there, Foley Beach, I was like,
I went to Foley Beach.
yeah, I was like,
Spent like 2 hours there.
it's
Just
totally different
went for
than
a
any
walk
beach
and had
I'd
some lunch.
ever been to.
Yeah.
It looks different, and it to me is like, okay, this would be like an East Coast beach. I've never spent any time there. It's a fascinating place.
Mm-hmm.
It's fascinating. I'm ready to go back.
Oh, I could totally go back, and
Yeah.
it would be a different trip. While I was touring and sending Shane a picture, she goes, "I'm so glad you're doing that."
Yeah.
Because that is not what I would want to do if I was,
Yeah.
and I knew that.
Got
This
that
is
out,
like,
and then you guys did it, yeah.
I never get 2 days alone.
Yeah.
And so
I don't know what that'd be like.
It was wild. It really was, and I needed it, especially coming out of this whole house remodel thing
yeah.
and just
Yeah.
the crazy start to the year I've had. I'm refreshed in my body, mind, and soul in every
That's
way.
good.
But it was so amazing just to take that in, because I knew if this was a family vacation, they're not going to let me
You're not
spend
doing
all
that.
day on the USS Yorkshire.
No, you're not doing that on a family vacation.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I literally spent like less than 2 hours at the beach, and it's because I went to eat lunch there because I wanted some.
But you didn't.
I like going to that seafood place.
Yeah.
That I'm not paying for the ambiance.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I just want the crusty old guy coming off the boat,
Yeah.
bringing the fish to shore, and they're cooking it right
Yeah.
there. And so I found a little dive like that was just
There's a couple
so
of them
good.
around there.
Yeah,
We
a
stayed
good
on
place.
James Island when we were there.
yeah.
We had an Airbnb.
Went out there as well.
Yeah. You didn't go to the fort though on the island? Fort something?
I did not go to Fort Sumter. So
You got to take a ferry.
there's a ferry, yeah. So there at the Yorkshire, you could leave from there at Mount Pleasant, or you could leave from the port of Charleston.
Correct.
And so I saw the ferry, and the whole time I was planning the trip, I thought I was going to do that. And I had a neighbor go, "Hey, if you've only got one day, do the USS Yorkshire." And I was really glad I did.
That's cool.
But-
That's very cool.
I did want to go. I would still go back and see it.
Yeah, it's fun. It's a good trip. It's weird because they're like, you take you out there, like you got an hour.
Yeah,
you
that's
got
what
to
I
get
heard.
back on the boat.
That's what I heard. Yeah,
And you're like it's a quick hour.
Yeah.
yeah. I could spend a little more time.
and they spend time on the cruise, the 30-minute cruise, giving you a kind of a history lesson, right?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, and there's other little islands, and they'll tell you what happened on all the little islands and who shot first and from where, and where all the little they were shelling that island from about 3 different batteries.
Wow.
On the shore, and
It's it's a wild history.
Yeah.
It's cool. Very cool.
so much there.
Very cool.
And we're a new country.
I know we're brand new baby country.
You go
Still
to
trying to
Europe
figure
and
this
you've
out.
got hundreds and hundreds of more.
Yeah, I was,
All that stuff.
it always blows my mind, as a kid, I was born, I'm a bicentennial baby, turned 50 this year, so I knew I was born the year our country turned 200. Well, when you're a kid, 200 sounds so old.
So long.
And
Ancient.
now that I'm 50 and realize that the country's 250,
Like
that's 20%, right?
Yeah.
yeah,
That's
Yeah.
not that old.
That's kind of crazy.
The math,
It's kinda
the math
crazy to think
maths
about.
differently these days.
it really does.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, I just, I remember being a kid. It's, it's like
Weird.
the 80s, and I'm like in my, 10, 11, 12, and I'm watching Star Trek, and I'm like, this is such an old show, I
Yeah.
was like 15 years old.
Right.
It was only been, and
Yeah.
now I'm watching shows that are 20 years old and they feel like they're new.
yeah.
And,
just finished that series, right?
Yeah. This just came out, like the Marvel movies, like Iron Man, those are modern movies to me. Mm-hmm. They're 25 years old.
Yeah.
They're 25 years old. It's insane. I have children younger than that.
Yeah. Well, I think part of that is when we were kids, the old movies were in like black and white.
Yeah.
And they weren't as relevant. But now you watch something from 20 years ago, it's closer to being still relevant.
To us, it feels relevant.
I don't know, because my boys will still watch it and be like, that was a good movie.
Okay.
There were very few movies that were 25 years old when I was a kid that I'd say, yeah, Mom, that was a good movie. Thanks
I
for
guess that's
thanks
right.
for making me sit down and watch that.
That is true. Well, and it's kind of like how, like I feel like when we were kids, somebody was like 50 or 60 years old, they looked a lot older.
Yeah.
They dressed older. They not as many people dyed their hair.
Some
So
of that's a historical anachronism, though. They look
Sure.
old because the fashions they're wearing are old.
Right.
correct, yeah,
And
and
the
that
hairstyles are old.
But you are right. Like,
But
not everybody was dyeing their hair.
not everybody was dyeing their hair. I mean,
When somebody had gray hair,
well,
they looked
there-
really old. And
there
now
was
nobody has gray hair.
I feel like people wanted to look older and
Yeah.
more professional.
Yeah, there was no shame in that.
There
You're
was
not
no
hiding.
shame in that. There was not this desire to be youthful, I
Yeah.
don't think. There was more of a, all right, I'm this age now and I'm working and, whatever. Like, there wasn't like this need to, I don't know, look young, I don't think.
It was,
to
it
an
was
extent,
different.
yes.
Because you look at the shows back then that were depicting older people, elderly people,
Golden Girls.
Golden Girls. They were in their 50s.
They weren't trying to look 65. They were,
But they were in their 50s.
40s and 50s, right?
40s and 50s, and I'm 55, and
Yeah.
But in our minds as kids, they
were
they're
old,
old
Well, and
ladies.
I remember thinking all my teachers looked older than they were. Like, now I'm realizing
they
that
were like 5 years older.
they
than
were
you.
not that much older than
Like
me.
you're in
A
high
lot
school,
of them.
Your teachers are like 5 years older than you. Some of them in high school.
Well, and part of that is simple things like people use sunscreen now
Yeah.
and have used sunscreen for 20 plus years, where there's a whole generation of people who aged in the sun. You know what I mean? So there's some obvious differences, but I think there's a lot more of a push for, as you get into your 40s and 50s, there's no push for you to dress like an older person,
Yeah.
right? There's
Hope
the
not.
styles are not.
My wife
know.
says I do.
I don't know, but I mean, I don't even
Dress the
know
same
what,
every day.
I do. I don't know what the big deal is.
I don't even know what like old
Maybe that's the
people
problem.
would wear. I just don't even know what that even means anymore. It's just different.
Yeah.
It's different.
A lot of the things that old people wore, like we would think old people like, that's what the kids wear now. It's like, plaid and all.
Yeah.
that
And
kind
I
of
think
stuff.
I don't know.
there was
fashion.
like when my grandparents were wearing very old clothes. That's why they looked old, is they would wear the same thing. Whereas I think we live in a society now where even older people are wearing newer clothing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
know,
I mean, you used to like a wardrobe
You
was
wear
like,
something out.
a wardrobe was like an investment
Yep.
or made, and material
Yeah.
fabrics lasted
Yeah.
forever.
Now we buy disposable clothing.
and as we'd buy disposable
When this
clothes.
jacket
yeah.
gets a rip in it, I'm not
It's done.
I'm not sewing it
Disposable
up.
of
I'm throwing
everything.
it
the
away.
I mean,
fabrics are just disposable.
You
yeah.
think about everything that it's the temptation to buy new rather than repair is just rampant. I mean,
Yep.
there's-
I still have in my closet. I don't know what I'm going to do with this thing. I have my great uncle's, a pea coat, the black dressier pea coats,
Nice.
right?
Yeah.
But it's from it's military, so it would have been a military issued black pea coat. So it doesn't have any like, insignias or anything on it. It's just a black pea coat, and I'm like, and people were smaller then too.
Yes. Yeah, I saw that in
across the board.
in the museum as I was going through. I was reminded because they had some cutouts of people, and they're like, this guy, he was 5'4", 135 pounds, and I'm like, oh my gosh,
They were small.
small, yeah.
I
and-
mean, I think they were small. It was unusual to have large people.
yeah,
Like people
if somebody
have
was
gotten
6 foot
bigger.
tall, they were a giant.
They were a giant.
Yeah, yeah. I think one of my favorite parts of that Yorkshire tour was the smell. I was down in there and I was like, petroleum, oil, metal. It just reminded me of my grandpa. Like I was in his garage, like
yeah.
you know what I'm talking
Yeah,
about?
I know what you're talking about.
That old school shop smell, you
Yes,
know, and
yep.
it was just
And
like
sweat.
sweat, yes,
yeah,
lots
they all
of
smelled
sweat.
like sweat. Yes.
Yeah, just is like, oh, that's delightful.
Yeah. So it's like I don't know what to do with.
But
this.
things were made to last. Was my
They
point.
were-
of
they
that.
were made to last,
I
yeah.
always remember my grandpa fixing things.
Oh,
and
yeah.
my grandma sewing and mending
Fixing things.
Yeah, it was
they
just
were always fixing things.
whether it was inside or outside, somebody was fixing something.
They were fixing
And when we
something.
had something that was messed up, who did we go to? Grandma and Grandpa know how to fix that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, and like I look at this pea coat and I'm like, what do I do with this? Because first of all, the clothes were not comfortable either. They were itchy
Heavy,
and
itchy,
heavy and itchy and heavy.
Yeah.
Everything was itchy and
No
heavy.
tech gear.
There was no
Super light, super warm,
It doesn't
super soft.
breathe.
Yeah.
It just heats. That's all it's designed to do is heat you up. But looking at this fabric, the fabric looks like it's new.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what am I going to do with this thing? Like, it's not like it's something I can display on my wall.
Donate to a museum.
And I'm like, yeah. And I'm like, what the heck do I do with this? And I'm like having this big, like, I don't want to get rid of it. If I could give it to somebody who would actually wear it and use it, okay. But they probably won't, again, because it's not something you want to wear because it weighs 10,000 pounds. I don't know. It's interesting. I don't think there's enough discussion about the disposal, us being a disposable society. That is so different, and it's very new to our culture too. I mean, this really has only been happening in the past 25 years.
It's just cheaper to make new than it is to fix old.
Yeah.
And I don't know if that's a problem or not.
Yeah.
It feels like a problem.
Yeah, well, maybe just us old guys.
I don't know. It's just interesting.
We're
I mean, it's just
disposable
different.
too.
We're all disposable,
Everybody's
whether you want to believe it or not.
Yep.
Yeah.
There's always a new one.
Yeah.
Cheaper to make new than fix the old.
And we liked it that way.
Oh my gosh.
Well,
Oh boy.
yeah.
I don't know. Well, if anybody has any good ideas from what I should do with this pea coat, let me know. I have no idea.
Check in.
And there's lots of different things that you
The girls will wear it in a play, some production. at some
I don't
point.
think so.
No? Okay.
I mean, I don't know.
See them in some high school musical
Maybe.
or drama that's going to break it out.
It's a whole different level of heavy.
Okay.
But there is all these interesting family things that you end up with. And, if anybody's ever been in my house, I like older stuff because I have all kinds of old things in my house. But there are some things that just get to a point where it's like, I don't know what to do with this. It doesn't have a real purpose anymore, and what do you do? It's hard.
It is hard.
And people have less storage, and
Well, we have more storage than we've ever had. We just have more stuff than we've
Yeah.
ever had.
yeah, that's true.
Got
That
storage,
is
and I still
definitely
need more
true.
storage.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is definitely true.
Those storage businesses, they're going to do well for a long time.
Well, people have to have
See,
smaller homes.
There's more of it being built right here in Raj, just right down the
Well,
highway.
the problem is you get one and you think, I'm only going to need this for a while. Like
Out of
when
sight, out of mind.
We remodeled our house. We
Yeah.
got a storage unit. We put some stuff in there. Well, we're done remodeling our house. We've still got stuff in there. We just haven't gotten it out yet. And we're like, we need to really go get that stuff out because we're paying $100 a month.
Get it out or sell it.
I don't
And
keep
it's like,
anything in storage.
Why are we spending $100 a month for that? Well, because we just haven't gotten around to getting our stuff out of there yet.
Yeah.
And
The storage thing is kind of a fascinating deal, and it is kind of a crippling thing to people. The inability to get rid of stuff
yeah.
is causing big problems. And I have friends that own storage facilities, and they'll tell you most of the stuff in them isn't worth the monthly cost.
I've watched Storage Wars. Big fan.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
we were watching
interesting.
that a little bit the other day.
Well, we know that. I mean, we haven't used this stuff in a year. Do we really still need it? Well, no.
No.
We know we don't need it.
But we want it.
Well, but part of it is the
Some of it.
effort. Part of
Yeah.
it is just the effort of going through it and getting rid of it.
Yeah.
You know?
Which is a process.
It's a
Yeah.
process. It's time. It's energy.
Yeah. We were having that discussion at our board meeting for our Bolivia orphanage with the founder passing away. Like, he's got boxes of stuff, and it's like, there is probably some stuff in there we need. I bet 90% of it needs to go in the trash.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we were asking the question, who's going to sift through it? And I don't live in South Carolina, so not it. But
Yeah.
somebody out there gets the joy of going through that box by box, and it's organized. It was organized in Gary's mind, but somebody else is going to have
Just
to
going
go.
through
Yeah.
your own stuff. I mean,
Yeah.
I've had this office for 2 years. I've got stuff in there I don't need. I need to go through it and sort it and get it out
Yeah.
and clean it out.
Do
And I
it
know
for
I need
your
to do it.
children. Do it for their children.
Yes.
I can't tell
And
you.
while you're
I-
at that, come to my estate planning workshop and we'll get it all put together.
We'll give you a whole guiding,
them some directions
guideline
on how to
for
do all that, too.
what not to do to your kids.
I can't preach that more. I mean, oh God, it's walking into homes of so many different people who
Oh, I
are
bet.
standing in a literal mountain of stuff,
that they don't need.
looking bewildered and overwhelmed, and feeling emotional.
Yeah.
What do we do with all this stuff?
Yeah.
I mean, it is a huge problem. And we're phasing away from the Great Depression, because I mean, a lot of people obviously in the US went through the Great Depression era, where then they took on the mentality of, we have to keep everything.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sure.
Now that generation is, I mean, they're basically gone at this point, but their kids, some of them picked that up, and that still is, and there's hoarding, that's a different thing than that.
Yeah.
But then there's people tend to do this. We like to hold on to our stuff and collect our things, but the problem now is you've got older generation of people who are used to being able to get a more quality item with the, I'm going to buy this and hold on to it. And you've got the newer generation, and now you have all this easily ability to buy things and get them real quick. You have the younger generation who really doesn't want any of that stuff at all.
Right.
Like my generation was like, oh yeah, I'll take that old couch and move it to my apartment because I was 18 and could get an apartment and afford it, right?
Yeah.
And now, like, I had this conversation like online last night. You know, the idea of the 18-year-olds spreading their wings and flying is not as obtainable as it used to be, because you used to be able to do that no problem.
Yeah.
Now, there's a good chance there's a lot of people who are going to be living with their parents.
Yeah.
So they don't need their stuff to go furnish their first apartment. And there's a clash of generations that are having a real hard time communicating with each other. And I see it every day with work, and it's very interesting.
I'm glad my son's an old soul, getting married in July, and he's like, yeah, Dad, I'll take that old nasty recliner.
Yeah.
It's yours.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
And you still
I'll take
will
that old
always have
bookshelf.
those people.
Yours. Yeah.
Yeah.
He doesn't care that they don't match. He's just happy to have something that he didn't have to buy.
Yeah, exactly.
Attaboy.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, there's not many of those.
Yeah,
right?
no, I agree. It's
And-
like because it's the Pinterest perfect, the Instagram reel perfection.
Well,
you know,
and,
it's
shopping at Home Goods
Yeah,
and
I got to go to IKEA and get this
cute,
brand new
kitschy
cutesy little
stuff,
thing.
and it's cute and it's changes and it's gone and it's made to be thrown away.
Yeah.
But
Which
do you
is,
think we're maybe kind of a little bit finally getting away from some of that?
No, not at all.
I kind of maybe think
Some
I see
are.
it.
Some
Is
are.
It's
I
like,
think-
no, I'm getting off the Instagram and the Pinterest, and I'm not gonna do that anymore. And I think that I think those come in waves, because I think we see that manifest itself in different ways throughout all of our generations. Like, because we used to talk 40 years ago, you got to keep up with the Joneses.
Better Homes and Garden.
Yeah, we saw
was the
that, and then you're
Pinterest
like,
of the day.
this is not worth it, and people reject it, and you move on. So, I mean, I think maybe we're starting to see potentially the cresting of a wave, and people going,
I hope so.
rejecting some of that stuff and go, you know what, it's just not worth it.
I don't
It's
know.
just not worth
I
it.
don't know. Because, like, go to Walmart Supercenter and see all of the kitschy stuff that's in there. And if it wasn't selling,
Oh, I think
Walmart
there's-
wouldn't put it in
I
there.
think
You know what I
there's-
mean?
I think we're still there. I just think that maybe some people are starting to wake up and go,
We've crested and coming down a little.
I'm hopeful.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't
I'm
know.
hopeful.
I don't know.
I mean, a new wave will come.
Yeah.
I
There'll
be a new wave.
There'll be a new wave, but
I don't know.
resist the wave.
The stuff is it's pretty wild. There's lots of the stuff, but we'll see. And we'll see what that's like for the next generation. I don't know, because you can't produce stuff as cheap as you used to. I was reading an article last night about alcohol sales in restaurants, and it used to be 60%. A good restaurant model is 60% alcohol sales, 40% food sales.
Really? Wow.
Yes, that was.
What is it now?
Well, this specific restaurant, this was a New York article, but I mean, they know about the restaurant industry, right? So they said that there was a distinct change in, I want to say it was like 2025, that had switched to 70-30, 70 food, 30% alcohol. Well, most of your margins in the restaurant industry have always been in alcohol.
Yeah.
And the younger generation, the Gen Zers, are not drinking. And they were talking about why. Well, Jesse and I were talking, as I was reading him stats from this article, Jesse and I were talking about, well, it's simple. You can't afford to go eat and drink now. Mm-hmm. Like, you can't go eat a, $30 entree and then get a $20 cocktail.
Yeah.
You're going to pick what you want. And
Right.
see, the margins in food is so
We're
much
splurging
lower.
just by going out to eat.
You're splurging by just going out
Yeah.
to eat. And people are a lot more foodies now, right? They're
Yeah.
really into food.
Mm-hmm.
And so the restaurant industry is really trying to figure out, how do we adjust
They got to
this?
raise their food prices.
They got to
to
raise their
survive.
food prices,
And-
but they still don't have good margins on food. So I mean,
It's so hard, and
It's
it's-
complicated.
I mean,
and I think a lot of
3
people are drinking this
Yeah.
versus drinking alcohol, which
Yeah,
is,
that's
this
true.
is better.
Yeah,
you know?
coffee has definitely had a huge.
Coffee and juices and
Juices,
specialty
yep,
drinks
yep,
and stuff like
yep.
that. And they're talking about like, oh, we could add mocktails on our menu, but again, the margins are not there in the mocktails.
Yep.
And this is another generational change that we're seeing of, the restaurant industry, people aren't drinking now.
That makes sense. Yeah, people would spend $8 on a specialty coffee, but not on a craft beer.
Yeah, like
or
we
a
went to Chicago and we went to
glass
the
of
rooftop
wine.
bar and cocktails were $20.
Oh yeah, Oh, yeah.
And I was just like, holy cow.
Yeah.
You're definitely not going to throw down 2 or 3 or 4 of those, right? And
Yeah.
And I mean,
I'm not.
no, ew. And look, so I'm not, and good for Gen Z for not being drinkers either. Like,
There is that does seem to be a trend.
the millennial generation were hardcore drinkers. Probably the
social drinkers, yeah.
drinking.
That was the deal,
Specifically,
like-
binge drinking was the deal.
Yeah.
Like was 100% bought and sold and paid for by the millennial generation.
I agree.
And it kind of became socially acceptable to binge drink, and so that's what everybody was doing. There was a small portion of people not participating in that, but the millennial generation is known for the drinking generation.
Yeah.
Which it's good we got away from it. That's good. But again, that's another thing of like, okay, well, how is this going to change the course of the restaurant industry? You know, do you want to open a bar right now? Probably not, right? So it's interesting. I don't know.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
Well, I'm into the food. We'll eat the food.
Me too.
I'll eat food too.
Me too.
Food is a labor intensive, and I had never heard it put this way until I was reading another article on this. Food is a labor intensive, low margin item. Mm-hmm. And it's kind of mind blowing when you think of it in those terms.
Yeah. I think about it all the time. Just one, I'm looking at the prices going, man, I can't afford to eat out. And then 2, why would anybody get into the restaurant business? It's just,
I don't know.
It feels like
I can't figure that out.
such hard work for such a low return.
For such a low return.
Unless you're one of those high-end establishments that, is able to just charge whatever you want, and people seem to keep coming. But
and I mean, it's all a numbers game, right? There's volume, and then there's margins, but if you don't have that alcohol margin, that's your bread and butter.
Yeah.
It's going to be so interesting to see the changes now that we are in this. And I started talking about this. We were talking about the cost of living. So now we're in this. You're 18 years old. You can't get kicked out on your own. And there's some that do. I mean, there's some 18-year-olds that are super independent and figure it out and get scholarships and do their thing. But there's a lot of them that can't. And I've met with 2 first home buyers recently, and the conversation I had with them was night and day difference than it was 10 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Completely different.
Yeah.
And let's see here. Can't speak much on the drinking thing, but I ate at a restaurant in Springfield last week. My Coke Zero was $4.40, and it was shocking and heartbreaking.
Water, here I come.
You took my Coke Zero. That is shocking.
I am the one that the servers go, ugh.
We're a water people.
What do you want to drink? Water.
Yeah.
We're on the whole table's water.
We'll have 5 waters.
Yeah.
I just speak for the whole family.
I know. We're a water table.
Not that I'm taking all 5 out very often anymore, but
Coming back to that a lot more. I mean,
for us, it's not even about being cheap. It's just we're just water people.
Yeah.
I drink water all the time.
The
Well,
kids
for me,
look
it's
at me,
about
they're
being
like,
cheap.
Mom, can we
a
get
nice
Sprite?
benefit.
I let them get Sprite every once in a while, but I'm like,
easy.
we're going to have
Maddox
water.
is the only one. It's just like, can I get a Sprite?
Yeah.
Okay.
Everybody, that's
You
fine.
gotta have
I'm
somehow
like,
to get calories in that girl, right?
yeah,
Right.
like don't drink the whole Sprite before you eat,
Bless her
because
heart.
then you won't eat, kids.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It is a completely. I feel like the generation growing up into adulthood right now is truly growing up into a completely different world than we did.
100%.
Well, we almost
It's
always
fascinating.
We almost always do.
Always do. Yeah. It's just, I think for us who've been through it, we look at it and we're concerned for him. Like, wow.
It's a lot.
Glad I didn't have to go through
Yeah.
that. I mean, it was hard. I mean, when I was 18, when I was 21, getting married, and it was scary. But gas was under $1 a gallon,
Yep.
and homes were a lot cheaper.
Oh yeah.
And even though the interest rate in my first home was 7%,
Yeah.
everybody was telling me how low that was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Had it been 18, 19?
Because they had been through the 18s. Yeah.
But the home itself was affordable, so
Yeah.
you could do it. So it's just it's just different.
It's interesting. It's really different, and things have sped up.
Yeah.
Everything is just sped up a lot quicker than it used to be.
But you adapt, right? Like I'm looking
Yeah.
at my son who's getting ready to get married, and he knows he's pursuing a full-time ministry position, but he didn't wait for that perfect position.
Yeah.
He's finishing up school, and he went to Cox Hospital and got a job, and he's He's
Not holding out for management.
not holding out for management. He's a dietary assistant, meaning I take orders from patients.
Yeah,
What do you want to eat today? Oh, I'm sorry, ma'am. You're on a sodium restriction. You can't have that, but you can have this. So
Just apologize for anything you're getting in a
yeah,
hospital.
it's just it's
I don't know. The last couple times
then
I've visited, it's
Yeah.
like you're ordering off a menu.
Well, it is way better.
It's
Yeah,
way
it is.
better than it used to be.
But then he gets off at he goes into
Maybe it's
work
not
at
great, but-
It doesn't-
it's 6 o'clock in the morning, and then by 2:30 he's knocking on
Cokes
doors.
are $7.
yeah.
He's doing political survey work from 2:30 to who knows what time, and then he's house sitting right now too. So he's like anything, and I love
Work.
that.
Work
He's literally getting up
teaches
at
you so
5:30 and he's working until like 8 o'clock at night.
Honestly,
Yeah.
working in professions
I couldn't be more proud.
different than your plan always make you better in your plan.
100%.
It is so important to get to understanding different parts of life. Instead of getting hyper focused on this is my path, this is my one thing. It's so good to dabble in other stuff too.
Absolutely.
And working in other, my years in retail management have helped me so much in my job now.
I can imagine.
And it's like mind blowing has helped me. Anytime someone's like, "Can you handle?" I'm like, "Believe me, I can handle this."
I got this.
I've seen worse.
I have seen worse, guaranteed.
Oh, boy.
So
Well, hopefully we've seen the end of the winter weather, as I said.
Yes.
So spring is coming back tomorrow.
That's right here.
Back.
Yeah.
We're going to keep it, and we're into spring sports,
yes,
except that the basketball team is playing in the Final Four.
Yeah.
when is that?
So this Friday at 1, they play Vashon,
Okay,
5-time state championship,
That's the
like
big-
5 consecutive.
it's gonna be a fight to try to win this.
That
the semi, right?
it's semifinal.
Okay.
I cannot wait to go watch that game.
Where's it at?
It's in Columbia.
Yeah.
Two
Okay.
quality teams. Most years you look at Vashon and say, well, we had a good run. But I'm not saying we'll beat them.
Well, there,
we
but
could.
you're
If
saying
there's
there's
ever
a
been,
chance.
well, I'm not even saying there's a chance. I'm saying I think it could go either way.
could go either way.
These are two quality teams. Like this isn't little old Rogersville going to try to play the big St. Louis team. This is
This is
little old
fine. Here
Rogersville
we
that
go.
has like the team to play that
Yeah.
team.
Well,
It's
it's exciting
And
for
tonight,
I can't wait.
I think the World Baseball Classic Championship's on tonight. It's been fun.
U.S. versus Venezuela.
Yeah, we
not watched a bit
we
of it.
watched the
I may have to tune in for
the
that.
Dominican Republic U.S. game the other night. It was intense.
Well, hey, I know we're coming in the show, but we watched a Savannah Bananas game
Oh,
It's so fun.
Saturday night.
where was that?
It was on. We watched it on.
Oh, you watched it online.
YouTube,
Okay,
yeah.
I thought you meant you went.
No, we're going in May.
That's
Oh,
fun.
that's
You'll
fun.
have a great time.
They're-
I'm
They're
sure.
they're hilarious. That's
Let's
fun.
see.
It's a good game.
Yeah.
It's fun to watch.
Hopefully,
Yeah.
it does get the youth
and yeah, they're
involved in
playing,
baseball
and
again.
it's a show, but comes a point where like, oh no, they're trying to win now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
no, they're all competitive
They're
athletes.
playing to
I
win.
think. Yeah.
it's a real deal. So
That's
it's a lot
cool.
of fun.
That's
it's
fun.
way better than MLB is now. I don't know. MLB is just I'm just tired of it. It's just like they don't play baseball anymore.
It's been a few years since I've been interested. Part of that's been the decline of the Cardinals, but
Yeah.
part
Well,
of that is
the decline of
also
the
that
Cardinals-
I can't watch them because I don't have the subscription.
The woke
That's-
nonsense they went down the road and followed all that. I just couldn't stomach
Mm-hmm.
that. Putting the designated hitter in the
Yeah.
National
Yeah.
League killed it for me.
I miss it
That's
though.
what
I've really been
I do
missing
too,
baseball recently.
But where do you go? You
I don't
can't
know.
find, if we still had National League baseball.
Just keep watching soccer.
Yeah.
Just keep
Okay.
watching.
Big game today. Big European game today. Come on, you Gunners.
I'll tune in. All
right,
I'm
so,
not going to tune in.
Saturday. This is a fun story, even if you're not a soccer guy. So my team is top of the league with 7 games left in the season. Big game on Saturday, starting while I'm at a funeral. So I'm going to watch it delayed. And I realize I'm on a tight time window between the time I get to the airport and my flight. So I'm actually excited because my flight's been delayed. I'm like, oh, I might get this game.
Yeah.
So I'm watching. It's 0-0 at the end. I know it's the like a
riveting.
soccer game, right? it really was though. And it's 80th minute, and I'm waiting. I'm going to be the last person to board this plane. I'm in the last group anyway, but I'm watching the line going, I'm not getting on that plane until I have to.
Yeah.
And so finally I'm like, I got to close my laptop. 80 minutes. That means there's 10 minutes plus stoppage time left. I go, I check in, I immediately get my computer tethered back to my phone. I'm like watching this, and I'm like, she's gonna make me put my laptop away. And she says nothing. I'm like, oh Lord, thank you. And so the Arsenal score with a minute left, and I'm like, oh my gosh, there's 6 minutes. Like, we're going to blow this lead in the last 6 minutes, and they're going to make me put my laptop up, or we're going to take off. And so I just look at the score because I'm like, I can't go 2.5 hours wondering.
Yeah. What happened?
What happened? And so I spoil it. I'm like, we scored again. And so the youngest ever player in the Premier League to score a goal scored for our team.
Aw.
16 years old in 73 days. What were you doing at 16?
I can tell you lots of things. I was
This
16.
This
Not scoring
kid
goals in
Not
the Premier
scoring
League.
ran the
goals.
length of the pitch and scored against grown men who were trying to take him out. It was
That's cool.
unreal.
That's
it was
amazing.
so I knew it was coming, but I watch it. I'm still on my Wi-Fi as the plane's taking off. And as he scores and then goes to celebrate, I start getting the pinwheel. I lost reception. I'm like, I can't believe I was allowed to have my laptop out on my Wi-Fi. Like, I was being a total bad boy. I was like, if the plane goes down, I'm sorry, but I had to see this.
I interrupted
I had
the
to see-
Wi-Fi.
Yeah. But it was like, for my team, it was a moment. But like that, because of the way I had to watch it, it's
Yeah.
something I'll never forget.
Yeah.
It was just
That's awesome.
hysterical.
That's
so.
a hoot.
Well,
Yeah,
we know there are
anyway.
people on their airplanes right now wanting us to wrap it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Trying to watch the waffle, finish the
All right,
waffle
we
before
gotta go.
their
Finish
plane
it
takes
before I
off.
lose connectivity.
So we'll shut it down. We'll be back next week with more waffle. Thanks for watching.
More of the waffle.